is a video essay? The word essay comes from the infinitive in French, essayer, which means to try or to attempt, and the word in English retains these meanings as alternates to our usual understanding of it as a genre. When we look at the video essay, we're looking at essentially the French New Wave, and some primary examples come from that group of filmmakers. One example is the video essay made by Jean-Luc Godard called Letter to Jane. This movie focuses on a single news photograph, and that photograph appears on the screen of Jane Fonda towering above a Vietnamese person, and on the soundtrack then Jean-Luc Godard and Jean-Pierre Gorbman discuss the implications of the photograph. The entire premise, according to a little piece in Senses of Cinema by Jonathan Dawson, is a deconstruction of a notorious news photograph of Jane visiting Hanoi and surrounded by Vietnamese communists. The best parts of the film functioning as a withering critique of the iconography of Hollywood and the fashionably unfashionable Hollywood star system. Another practitioner of the video essay is Agnes Varda, who made recently a beautiful film called The Beaches of Agnes, and there's other films of hers that you may be more familiar with, one called The Gleaners and I. In The Beaches of Agnes, Varda's work meanders like an essay by Montaigne, the French essayist of the 17th century. She makes many of her discoveries in the editing room, seeing the opportunity for a motif that unites images with dialogue or a socio-political point that can surface elegantly by means of a cut, and then running with it. This is from an essay by Claudia Gorbman. She refers to her method as Cinecriture, a word that cleverly combines the French words for cinema and writing. And that idea, Cinecriture or cinema stilo, the cinema as a pen, is sort of crucial to the idea of video essay. In a very interesting and thorough piece written by Peter Thompson that essentially emerged as notes from a lecture, or for a lecture, on a cinematic essay, he identifies some of the formal aspects of the cinema essay. For one, it focuses on a theme rather than trying to construct a plot, so that it ends up being like a meditation rather than a forward or linear motion. And because of that meditative quality, there's a disunity of time, space, tone, materials, and style, or rather, the video essay allows for a great variation in treatment of time and space, and also tone. And for instance, sometimes video essays use moving images, and sometimes they use still images, or a combination of both. Sometimes the videographer faces the camera and speaks directly to it. There can be a mix of high and low tones, or comic and more serious. The video essay focuses often on a critique of the self, or reflection upon the self. It uses a non-anticipatory camera, that is, it doesn't signal with the camera what to expect next, the way that linear or narrative film often does. Video essays are modular, that is, they construct the object often by joining together units to form larger compositions. So it's almost as if there are small chapters or statements or explorations that get joined together through editing, and then those become the essayistic element. The video essay asks us to suspend our belief, that is, we are asked to have a certain ironic distance from the self represented in the video essay. You use medium shots rather than long shots or extreme close-ups typically, although that varies. And we use editing strategies to bring the film together. A contemporary videographer who has played into the availability of digital media to do video essays is Zé Franck. For 1 year, Zé Franck had a video essay project, a vlog, where he made a personal film every day of the week for 5 days, and that lasted a year. Here's an example of his film. Sad little things that make us human, sad little things that make us human, sad little things that make us human while we wait to